Okay, we're here today, June 9th, with Forrest Adsit and his wife Bonnie Jo, and our interviewers are Alicia Harness and Bree Mercer. Okay, kids.
Where and when were you born?
I was born in Tarleton in 1921, December the 1st.
Anyone know when I was born? Okay, February the 15th in Bristow, and in 1924.
When did you come to Mannford?
Well, I came to Mannford in 1937.
Not really sure the year. I was in the 6th grade.
I think it's about 1935.
1935.
And why did you come to Mannford?
Well, my father worked for the Frisco Railroad, and he traveled around different towns, and we were down at Keystone, and he decided this was a better job up here, so he came up here and took the equal agent job here, and so we moved up here in fall of 1937, my senior year in high school.
Is that right? Okay.
And my father was working in Kellyville, and so they sent him to Mannford.
Okay.
That's when I was in the 6th grade, started school here.
Yeah.
Where is your family originally from?
My father was from Arkansas, and my mother was from Oklahoma.
Well, John Adsit came from England in 1700
Wow.
and moved to Lyme, Connecticut, and then some of them drifted into Canada and down into the States. My grandfather was the first white child born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I guess the rest of them were Indians.
Is that right?
And then my father was born in Madison, Kansas, and then they came down and settled in Glencoe, Oklahoma. That's where my father was raised.
Neat.
And my mother was a Berry Hill. She's of Indian descent, and her dad was Benjamin Franklin Berry Hill. He fought in the Civil War.
How neat.
Did any of them participate in the Oklahoma land runs?
No, none of my relatives that I know.
No, none of mine.
Where did you go to school and how long?
Well, I went to school in Tarleton until I was about 13 years old. And then we moved to Hunter, Oklahoma, which is right out of Enid, a little ways. And in 1933, and we were there a year. My dad was depot agent there at Keystone. And then we came down to Keystone and started high school at Keystone. We were there about 4 years and then moved to Mannford.
I went to school in Bristow until I was, let's see, and then we moved and I started school in Mannford.
So you graduated, both of you, from
Both
Mannford?
of us, yes.
What was it like?
Going to school.
Oh, going to school? Oh, we had a lot of fun, you know. It was, nobody liked school.
You're truthful.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed school.
Yes, I always enjoyed school. All of my friends.
How many classrooms, teachers, grades, and et cetera were there?
Well, Tarleton was a pretty nice school back then because it was known as the richest school district in the state because they had a big oil tank farm there and they paid a lot of taxes, and so it was a rich school. And we had a number of teachers, and we had a teacher for each grade, and then the high school teachers. So, and Mannford, I mean, at Keystone there wasn't quite so many teachers. You know, one teacher would have 2 or 3 grades, and so then came up to Mannford, and it was a little larger than Keystone. And back then, the principals usually taught classes too, and the superintendent maybe teach a class.
Yeah, I had several, you know, for each class, different classes.
one that carried their lunches in a sack or a large bucket. Back then, you know, they had the half-gallon large buckets, a gallon buckets, they punch holes in the lids and get out. And they'd take the lunch in either a sack or that type of bucket.
And what did you eat? What would you pack in your lunch?
Well, my favorite was peanut butter and raisin sandwiches.
Peanut butter and raisin.
Grind up the raisins and make some peanut butter.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah.
Yes, we had a lunchroom in Mannford.
Okay.
And I usually had a sandwich and some fruit.
What subjects did you study?
Me, you know, history and English and math and geography and some of the main subjects. Algebra and geometry and math subjects. And history and geography.
About the same things that I
I
had.
did take-
Outside, I did take typing.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I took music at Tarleton and I played a B-flat cornet in the school band.
Oh, all
We
right.
went to Enid at the first Tri-State Band Festival they had. It was in 1932. Our band did.
Well, congratulations. Did they, I was going to ask a question. About home economics. Did you have home ec?
Yes, I did. Sure did.
And then what would the equivalent be for the fellas?
Well, that was vocational agriculture.
And so you went,
FFA.
you did that.
How many students were there?
I think there was 12 in my senior class.
Gosh, not very many.
I think it was about 15 in mine.
Gosh.
Not too many.
Mm-mm.
Did you ever get in trouble?
Not very
Be
bad.
truthful now. We like the good stuff, you know.
We heard a pause.
Well, I see, one day I turned around and talked to a girl sitting behind me and asked something about the lessons, and the teacher kind of slapped my face and
Oh,
straightened me out.
slapped your face.
Yeah, they did that. They'd paddle you with a board back then.
Yeah.
You'd bend over
Yeah.
the table and
But to
get-
slap you, boy, that wouldn't go on today, would it?
No, it sure
And one day the teacher was out of the room, and a fella threw the eraser at me. You know, they have erasers all the top of those. And I threw it back, and the teacher came in the door just so I threw it back.
Oh, no.
And so he gave us a choice, either let him correct us for the principal, so we chose the principal. He just gave us a talking to.
Oh, well, that wasn't so bad.
Our teacher said he'd probably been better off if it stayed that with him.
Oh?
But it was okay.
Was that in Mannford, or was that at
That was in
Tarleton?
Tarleton.
How
I
about
wasn't
you?
in
There
any
you go.
trouble. I knew
You
to
were
behave
good.
because my mother and father would get after me.
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
Uh-huh.
I was an only child. and
Oh, is that right?
They expected a lot out of me.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
What was the discipline like?
In school?
Well,
Well,